Well, that was Daniel Pardo. Before we break, let me show you the very latest pictures on that story, because there it is, the moment that Luis Diaz and the rest of his family have been so hoping would actually happen. That is Luis Manuel Diaz handed over to the UN, released safely. His mother, of course, released last week, but finally the ordeal for the family coming to an end. Those pictures just into us here at the BBC.
Now on BBC News, the biggest African and international news stories. Focus on Africa.
Live from Nairobi, this is Focus on Africa on BBC News. Our top stories. Kenyan President William Ruto delivers his first State of the Nation address to Parliament and admits external shocks affected the economy. A gun amnesty in Zimbabwe, but will it make any difference in the fight to eradicate illegal firearms in the society? Also in the program, anger in Nigeria after funds are allocated for a yacht for President Bola Tinubu. And driving supersonic. Could the land speed record finally be broken? We speak to the team hoping to make it happen in South Africa. Thanks for joining us on Focus on Africa. I'm Rhoda Odhiambo. Let's begin in Kenya, where the country's President William Ruto has given his maiden State of the Nation address. The president gave a scorecard of his performance since coming into office more than a year ago. Like many other African countries, Kenya is currently suffering from soaring inflation and problems with debt. Mr. Ruto admitted his administration has been rocked by external shocks, fiscal distress and structural imbalances. Despite these problems, the president also pointed to achievements, especially in the agricultural sector. He also said the country is set to partially pay back the first installment of a Eurobond debt. Kenyans, however, were anticipating more detail on issues like the rising cost of living. Mr. Ruto also defended the amount of foreign trips he has undertaken since assuming power. Let's hear more now from what he had to say during his address. All right, thank you so much, Nkechi Ogbonna, joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, still to come, the team behind a failed attempt to set the land speed record 4 years ago in South Africa plan to give it another try.
You said something a minute ago, which is that cops are students of human nature.
Yeah.
And actors are too.
Yes.
How are you studying human nature every day to bring what you observe in people into your roles?
When you study a script, no one has to tell you how to feel when you lose a parent. When you study a script and you realize that Cordelia watches her King Lear die, you have to create that world in your heart, in your mind, and in your spirit so strong that it induces the behavior of acting.
So everything that you feel comes to that moment.
Yes.
And allows for that moment of acting.
And if the moment isn't there, you haven't done enough work yet.
Welcome back to Focus on Africa. Now, more than 3.8 million unregistered guns are used to commit crime in Mozambique, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. This is according to data from the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime. Now, the authorities in Zimbabwe are so concerned that they've declared a firearms amnesty, the second in 2 years. They're hoping to mop up some of the weapons already in circulation. But without a broader strategy, this firearms amnesty may not offer any long-term solution. The BBC's Wahiga Mwawira has more. All right, Stuart, let's hope that you'll be able to find a perfect driver and beat the world record. Thank you so much for your insights. Well, that's all the time we had for on today's program. Feel free to get in touch with me and the rest of the Focus on Africa team on social media. See you tomorrow.